Hi, my name is Kaleb. I'm an actor, and I've been at the 13th Gate for 5 years now. Thank you for joining us on this episode of Beyond the 13th Gate, and today I'll be talking about auditioning and everything you need to know before you walk into that audition room. So it's understandable that you could be nervous walking into your audition, even if you've been doing it for several years now. But the judges want nothing from you except for you to succeed. And even if you've been there several years, they really never know what you're bringing to the table. So you could always surprise them with something new or something super creative that they've never really seen before. And I'm sure that plays well to your odds of getting a great spot in the house. A common question is, what do I do for my audition, or where do I pull from? Where can I get inspiration from? And that really depends on what you're going for. If it's a character that's original to the Gate, or it's just not something everyone's familiar with, that actually helps your odds a lot. You can really work with it and get inspirations from this person or that person, this character, that character, and really form it into something someone's never seen before. But if your spot that you're going for happens to be from a movie or a book or something of that sort, you don't necessarily have to do exactly what they've done. You can take bits and pieces and kind of incorporate that with some choices that you might make as yourself as an actor and form some sort of altered version of what you got inspiration from, and giving a new life and new body to your character. Also, your audition doesn't necessarily need to be scary. It could be something dramatic. You could show emotion like crying or screaming for your life. I don't know, anything of that sort that would work to some position in the Gate. That's what I would go with. You can even be funny, make them laugh. They'll really like that. In my opinion, not only with 13th Gate acting, but also television and feature film acting, a lot of judges and casting directors see the same old song and dance every audition, and it kind of falls flat a lot of the time. So my suggestion and advice is to do something, anything, make a choice to stand out to them. It may not be the best audition of your life, but maybe you did this one thing, you said this one thing this certain way that after you leave the room, they'll go, remember that guy? He did that. Interesting. Okay, I'm going to remember him. And you want to kind of have that effect on them, because if you live in their head rent-free with whatever you did, that's a win in my book, and they'll always remember you. To me, that's the best advice you get. Don't stay stagnant. Just put yourself out there in any certain way to catch their eye and their focus. So not everyone is going to strive to be a professional actor, and they might not have really any desire to pursue acting outside of the Gate, which is completely fine. With that being said, you don't have to come in with this giant monologue to wow the judges. You can have like this weird talent or this really quirky thing you do, or this physical thing you can do with your body that others may not be able to do, and show that to the judges, and it'll probably catch their eye and put you in good position to have a really nice spot in the house. You don't have to be the next Anthony Hopkins or anything like that. Now, on the other hand, if you really don't have a lot of experience acting in front of a lot of people, or even a small amount of people, you might want to treat this as a job interview, to where you may not feel necessarily comfortable to really put yourself out there. But as long as you driving into their brains that you want to be a part of this team and you really want to grow and perform, and that you're willing to learn and pick up things on the spot and do your best, that goes a long way. That makes the world of a difference. This is a huge team effort by everyone in the house, even the people that aren't actors, everyone behind the scenes. It's a huge team effort, and I think that's the most important thing to take from this. So if you have absolutely no desire to be an actor and still want to be part of the 13th Gate, there's a lot of opportunities behind the scenes, whether it be scanning tickets, some case working as security. Say you want to be a makeup artist, or you are a makeup artist and you have a portfolio, definitely bring that along with you when you go in. Anything along those lines, there's a lot of opportunities like that are available at the Gate. Regardless of what you want to do at the 13th Gate, everyone has to go in for an audition in front of everyone that makes those decisions. So definitely keep that in mind with whatever you plan on auditioning for or applying for, that you bring the necessary materials that you'll need to provide for them. Definitely keep an eye out on the 13th Gate social media pages and their website for all audition information, especially when it comes to times and dates for those auditions. As the famous saying goes, the early bird gets the worm. At least in my experience, you want to show them that you're really driven and you really want to be a part of the 13th Gate. I would go the first day, if not at least the first weekend of auditions. And they could be making decisions as early as that weekend after all the auditions, or even as you're auditioning. We never know. Who knows? I don't know. Do you know? Anyway, just put your best foot forward, and being early definitely is in your odds. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really hope this helped, and I hope you've learned something going into your audition this year and for years to come. If you wouldn't mind, hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and we'll see you beyond the 13th.